back at you with another garden tour. Yeah, we're here in Central Florida. We live on a barrier island in Central Florida, Zone 10A. It's mid-May, and we're going to show you our garden here. Our garden, our main focus is edible stuff and tropical stuff. Almost all of the tropical ornamentals we got for free on the side of the road. Yep. And we actually do a series of videos called The Plant Pirates. You guys can check that out. I'll link below, but you can see where we got almost, I mean, I would say 90% of the tropical ornamental plants for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a lot. We bought most of the edibles though.
Yeah. So. And we do everything 100% organic, no chemicals. We don't use chemicals anywhere. We don't use chemicals on our lawn even. You know, I think it looks fine. If you look at it closely, I'm sure you could find a weed here or there. There's one right there. But as long as I keep it mowed and all the same level, it looks good to me.
Yeah, it's green and it's...
And she's happy, so that's all that matters, right? So,
yeah.
All right, let's get started.
I'd rather walk on weeds than
chemicals. Yeah.
So
we're going to start in this little bed here. You can see we've lined it with green coconuts that we drank and then chopped in half.
They look so cool.
Yeah, and you can see
they look really cool right now. How they're like turning brown.
I'm still working my way to here, but let's start with here. Teddy's got his hand on a prize right here.
A lobster claw.
Yeah, this is our lobster claw. Shout out to
Bev.
Yeah, to Bev for giving us this one. It's looking really good. You guys can see it doesn't have any flowers on it right now. Kind of looks like a banana plant.
It does.
Almost.
It does. Yeah. Or canna lily, like a mix between a canna lily and a banana.
Yeah.
Because it's got kind of a pointier leaf.
Yeah, and you can see we have this Norfolk pine in the pot here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. These things are huge. I'll step back and show you guys how big they get. Our neighbor has some behind these areicas.
I don't think you can see them.
You can't see them right here, but it's the tallest tree on our island.
Yep.
So
these and the casarinas are the tallest trees here.
All right, we got some plants here that attract pollinators.
Yep.
Pentas. What we got?
We got these pentas, and even in the evening, the pollinators are on them, including the hummingbird moth.
Yeah, the hummingbird.
They love these things.
The
which
sphinx
is awesome.
moths and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. The buttercup, the Cuban buttercup. This one, and it just kind of pops up everywhere.
It does, and this flower will fade throughout the day. By the end of the day, it'll be totally gone. But in the morning, the pollinators just love it.
Yeah, and they're beautiful cut flowers too, because they got tons of, like, if you cut them, then they'll open up new blooms every day.
Found a pop.
Found a pup. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
So here's a bromeliad we just found on the side of the road, and this is why we grab them. No matter how bad the bromeliad looks, they almost always shoot up little pups.
Even though that's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, this one was beautiful. Yeah. So.
They don't all look bad on the side of the road. Some of them are perfect.
And
we've got some blanket flowers, so we got a lot of like.
This is blanket flower things right here, and we get this beautiful plumeria right here. It's just so pretty. Oh my gosh, we had several varieties of plumeria, but this one's just gorgeous. Oh, it smells so good right now.
Like the colors in this bed are my favorite. I love like the fuchsia and the blanket flowers, like red and yellow, and then we got red pentas over here, and the red pentas are supposed to be the monarch's favorite nectar plant, so that's why I put them here. And then usually I have blooms on my milkweed, but I just recently had to cut them all back.
Yeah, so we also, if you guys check out our other videos, we collect bananas. We have like 40 something, maybe 35 or 40 varieties of bananas. So as we pass them, we'll just name the variety. We won't go into more detail on the bananas. We have other banana videos. So which one's this one?
Sweetheart.
So this is the Sweetheart. You can see we just got a rack of bananas off of the mother plant in the back, and I still need to chop and drop this plant right here. And if you're not familiar with chop and drop, we basically just cut it up into a bunch of pieces and stick it at the base of the next one, so the next one can get all the nutrients from the previous one. So what kind of bananas here?
This is the dwarf iholine.
Dwarf iholine. And then this one?
Is the lacatan.
The lacatan right here. All right.
And that's not looking like the best. That's looking like a little water
sucker.
But we've got a spear sucker right
So this is a water sucker right here. This won't ever give you anything. You might as well just kill it. This right here is looking like it might be a spear sucker.
Yeah. And the way you can tell is the spear suckers are thicker and they have less leaves.
Okay, great.
So here's a loquat with a lizard poop on it, if you're ever interested in what these poops are with the white dots.
Yeah, so what that white dot is lizards actually poop and pee out of the same orifice. So the white spot is crystallized urine.
Yeah. It's gotta be great for the garden.
Yeah, there you go. We got another plumeria here, guys. This is a real fragrant one right here. And we have this variety everywhere, so.
So apparently the fragrance, I read the other day, or I watched another video of someone else made, the fragrance from these is actually stronger at night because
they get pollinated by moths. Gotcha. Cool.
So I never knew that.
I guess I kind of thought it was stronger in the morning, but maybe it's
because it's
residual. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool.
Cool.
We dotted in some of our bromeliads here.
Some more free bromeliads, guys.
And we got another.
I think we have some pineapples. Yeah, there's a pineapple plant starting right there.
Yeah, that's one we cut in half.
Yeah, and we got another one.
We got the other spot over here.
So what she's talking about when she says cut in half is, a lot of people out there know you can plant your pineapple tops once you buy a pineapple from the grocery store, but we didn't know this until fairly recently, maybe a year or two ago, that you can cut that top in halves or into fourths even and plant 2 or 4 plants out of the one top.
We've been doing it. We haven't gotten any that have gotten to full maturity yet, but we've done it, and it seems like it's no different, and they don't really even slow down. So it's great. Might as well.
All right, we got our orange bird of paradise here, and it is in full flower right now.
It's happy because we just
look at that.
Kind of trimmed it back heavily. It was a big giant clump.
Yeah, it was taking up this whole area, guys. Where Teddy's standing was bird of paradise. That's why this looks so bad. I still need to mulch in here.
We still need to figure out pulling this out and maybe move it around, move it to other spots.
This is like a new kind almost.
Yeah, that's another plumeria. Yeah. So right here, guys, this was all white bird of paradise, and we just recently pruned it, so I need to clean this area up. You can see we have a kunti in here. It's the host plant for the Atala butterfly. It'll get a lot bigger than that now that it has.
Yeah, it was getting choked out.
All right, we're gonna walk down here real fast. We haven't done a lot down by the river, but there's some key stuff here. We have our 2 big gumbo limbos that look terrible right now. Just terrible, but they'll put on a new flush of leaves soon.
They just got the berries on them though, which the squirrels just love.
Everything loves them. Birds, squirrels, everything. We don't show this very often because it's in the shade usually, but this is our giant staghorn fern. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. You guys, come over here, stand next to it. I'm gonna claim that I have the largest staghorn fern in the state of Florida.
That's a heavy claim.
It is. Well, somebody out there send us some pictures and prove me wrong.
Your bigger one.
Yeah, prove me wrong, because I'm just gonna go ahead and claim that mine's the biggest.
Why don't you walk around this whole thing? Yeah. It's like amazing. It goes around the whole tree.
Yep, mine's the biggest.
But it's
look
part
how
of the
cool it
tree.
is. Yeah, look how cool it is up close.
Cool.
Super cool. All right, and so then we move over here. We have our 2 huge mango trees here. You can see we have some mangoes up in this big one here, and then there's another tree hiding back here. We got more mangoes off of this one this year than we did this one, and it wasn't the greatest year for mangoes to begin with. We always lose a lot of our fruit to squirrels, but this year we lost a lot to squirrels. So we're probably gonna pick these mangoes up here soon. You can see they're starting to, they're rounding out and they're starting to take on some color, and they will ripen on the counter.
There's a giant one.
Yeah, I know, there's just, this camera's not the best. I can't zoom with this camera, guys. Kind of just a point and shoot camera, but I don't know if you can see that we got a lot of mangoes up there. I'm actually pretty stoked because last year was a terrible year for mangoes. So
yeah, these vincas sure are happy.
Yeah, we've been kind of doing some stuff along this 3-board fence here, just more free plants that we get on the side of the road. We have this Dracaena. Some people know it as a dragon tree. Then we have some vincas, tea plant. We have this beautiful variegated ginger. We got some dragon fruit planted on the fence.
That's looking good.
Yeah, back here behind the fence is our coconut grove. So you can see we have maybe 10 or 15 coconuts, including the little ones we planted over here. And we got some more coconut palms over here and in this corner right here, because we just love coconuts.
We have a few different varieties. We've got the king coconut, we've got green coconuts, and then that one over there, we are not sure what it is.
Yeah,
but
this one on the corner.
Dwarf
this one on the corner here, we were told by the previous owners, this one right here, has been here for like 20 or 30 years, and you guys can see it's not very tall, which is great because we can harvest the fruit off of it easier than we can these.
Yeah.
I mean, these are, I can still cut these batches of coconuts down with my pole cutter, but you know, as these trees get taller, we're not going to be able to do that. So, you know, I don't know what we're going to do at that point, but
We have mangrove.
we do have a mangrove growing in the middle of our backyard, which is not a good sign, guys. It means that our water table is very high here.
I think this is the kind of mangrove. Do you remember what kind of mangrove doesn't grow in the water but grows that?
No.
Is it black or?
Yeah, I think there's two different kinds of mangroves in
Yeah.
our area.
There's red.
Mangroves,
and there's white.
yeah, mangroves start on the east coast of the United States, I believe, in Central Florida. So anywhere above Central Florida, you get into Georgia and South Carolina, you're not going to find mangroves like you do down here. So, all right, I hear one of our boys yelling for us.
Run and get
Yeah.
How do you keep
Oh,
going?
it's our little one. Yep.
Yeah.
You better run. He somehow
He's by
got
the
out by the
pool.
pool. So, all right. So then we move on to here next to the kids' play area. We have our massive mulberry. This is just a common mulberry, and we get tons and tons of fruit off of this. Probably starting in maybe late February, right up till about now. You can't see any fruit on it
Oh,
down.
there's one right
yeah.
there.
There's probably a couple left over. You
That
see
one's
one?
ready.
Oh yeah, Teddy spotted a good one right there. So there's a couple still on here. We're in mid-May and it's pretty much done though. So it gave us a good couple months of fruit. Whoa, Teddy, what are you doing? You trying to hit me with that broom? Huh? Huh? Or are you harvesting? What is he doing, guys? Come on. Here's the kids' fort. You can see they asked for some plants too. So we have a...
Praying hands.
Yeah. Is this a praying hands or a Mysore?
Praying hands. And this is purple passion vine.
Passion wine. Was this the one we got from Janet?
Yeah, Janet.
So we got that from a neighbor. We got this little trio of Dracaena right here. You can see it's 3 different kinds of Dracaena. We actually found on the side of the road in a pot.
Yeah, in a garbage can.
Yeah.
In like a garbage can, not in a.
So we just took it out of the pot and planted it right by the kids' fort. And this is a tough tree. When the friends come over and run through all this stuff, it doesn't really matter.
And the bromeliads cut you, so you stay away from
Yeah.
that.
All right, we got a bed right here. You can see my hedge of sea grapes in front of the pool area here. Sea grapes are just beautiful, and they're called sea grapes because they will give you a grape. Each grape has a huge pit in it, but you can still eat them and make jams and jellies with them.
And margaritas, apparently. Here's some flowers here. And here's some fruit. And here's, yeah.
And this
So-
is super immature. The fruits will get way bigger and plumper and turn a purple color. You can see the flower right here with the fruit starting. This makes a great hedge. It can also be a tree as big as this avocado tree here. This can take on many forms and shapes. If you use it as a hedge like we do, you're going to be pruning it a lot.
Yeah.
I prune this thing a lot. I use a chainsaw to prune it even because it grows like crazy.
They do shed their leaves quite a bit too, but they're beautiful mulch. The leaves make beautiful mulch.
All right, so speaking of avocado tree, this is our Florida avocado tree right here. So this will give you avocados the size of pineapples. And I came out here this morning and looked. Yeah, you can see there's a little one right there.
Oh, there's 3 little ones.
Yeah, that we're starting to get them.
Oh, look at that.
So this tree will give us avocados in the fall. And if critters don't get them all, they will hold on to the tree, I think even into December. And like I said, they get to be as big as a grocery store pineapple.
Yes.
They're a little bit waterier than a Hass avocado, but they're delicious nonetheless.
And our neighbors got seeds from fruit we gave them and sprouted them a year ago, and the trees are this tall. So it's a real good one to grow here.
Yeah.
Oh, did you show the vanilla?
Yeah,
We're
this
gonna
is-
move it to
I
the
don't know
other
why.
side because I think it's a little
She
too
keeps
sunny
planting
here.
vanilla plants down here. These are kind of pricey little plants, and they keep dying, and she keeps buying them and
Well, this was
planting
just
them
the
right there.
second one that we've had.
Mhm.
And the other one's still in
I
there.
think we've had 3. Anyways, we'll see. I think maybe we need to move this to the other side of the tree because in the afternoon this gets full sun, and I think it's just baking right there. It needs to be in a
Behind it.
shadier spot. So
That's a giant aloe.
Yeah, we get some aloe in here. We get 2 varieties of aloe in here under these. So these are yellow plumeria too. They don't have as many flowers on them because they earn a little bit more shade than the other ones. But yeah, here's the aloe. You can see we have this variety. We have this variety. And this one actually flowered about a month ago, and here's its flower stalk. They have flowers that kind of look like red hot pokers if you're a northern gardener.
Which is a daylily.
Yeah.
Red hot
Oh, it is?
or a
Okay.
daylily,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So we've been popping ornamentals and stuff in this bed.
And we're trying to get more kuntis established, which is the host plant for the Atala butterfly, going.
Yeah, that's great. We got some tea plant. Teddy, is there anything to eat off this?
This one's starting one, and this
Let me show 'em.
starting one.
So
So,
this
see
is-
how that petal's kind of flaking
Yeah, hold on
off?
real quick. This is a red button ginger. So go ahead and tell him, Ted.
That one's coming off a little bit, and I see the very top of the flower bud.
All right, what he's talking about is they'll get these flowers just like what you see here, but then they'll shoot off little flower stalks, and you can pick them and eat them, and they taste like little lemon drops. They're delicious. Yeah, they're delicious.
We've
So
got those devil ants on them too.
yeah, teeny little ants. Yeah.
Devil ants.
All right, this is our.
Cacao.
Yeah,
It's not
I don't know, guys. We've had it in the ground for almost 3 years, and it's looked like this for 3 years.
I think it just got too cold this winter.
I think you need to grow this in Hawaii,
Yeah.
not in Central Florida. But
Oh.
We'll
The
still-
plan was to have my vanilla going up the chocolate plant, but I don't think that's going to happen.
yeah. All right, we got another red sister tea plant here. This whole bed is pretty ornamental. I guess not. We have a papaya right here.
Yeah.
Right here. I don't think we have any fruit on it yet. We have some little flowers.
Yeah.
Oh, the flowers look like little fairy princess flowers when they're. Oh, these aren't in full maturity yet, but
I just think this little area right here looks like a little like
yeah.
fairy house.
And then we have actually 2 kinds of bananas in here. We have a dwarf red right here. And we have a Goldfinger right here. So I guess it's not all ornamentals in here. We have some food in here. So.
And then the button ginger.
And the button ginger, yeah. We have this tricolor ginger right here. It's looks terrible. It's kind of looked like this the whole time we've had it. And I keep trying to make it look better, but I don't know.
And then we've got our Pasang Raha banana
Here's
and our dwarf Brazilian banana. So
Sangraha. Dwarf Brazilian. We actually just got a rack off the dwarf Brazilian. I highly recommend this variety of banana. We have a whole bunch of tea plants here. We got all these tea plants as cuttings except for this one, the Black Magic. But we got this one is a cutting on the side of the road, and this
these are
one.
somewhat fresh.
Yes, they are. This one isn't. We planted this one last year from cuttings, and it's just doing. Yeah, it's just doing great. It's doing great. All right.
Corn palm cutting and oh wait, what we got some things that popped up over here. Didn't we have some variegated ginger?
No, this is shampoo ginger.
Yeah.
And it's popped up right there and right over here. We actually bought this ginger last year, and it just died. And I was super bummed. It died like, I mean, in the summer, I think, last year. I was super bummed, and then it shot up this year, this spring.
Because we planted stuff over it thinking it was done.
Yeah, you can see. Yeah, I put this bromeliad here because I just thought that this was gone, but there it is. So
we might move that vermilion, use it for some more space.
There's another ginger right
There's
there.
the variegated ginger.
yeah, this is another one. I planted this everywhere. We got this from cuttings, and they die back in the winter. This variety does, and
I believe we got roots on those.
maybe we did. Anyways, we lost track of where we planted them all, and now they're popping up everywhere. I'm stoked about that.
Yeah, me too. Like they all made it.
All right, we this area right here, this little walkway, we kind of use as a bromeliad nursery. So when we find plants on the side of the road and we don't have a place to put them yet, they kind of go along this walkway.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this one, I put this one here intentionally. We actually just put this dragon tree or this Dracaena in the ground this week. You can see it's looking a little bad, but that's because we planted this 6-7 foot tree right here from cuttings. That's just a cutting, so it's going to take a while for it to root, but it will root. We've done this a bunch of times. It'll drop a lot of these lower leaves, and then when it gets established, it'll just take off.
The lizards are happy in it.
Yeah.
Look, we have a volunteer basil plant that
Oh, where
just
did that
popped
come
up.
from?
It just popped up. The bird planted it.
Look at
Or
that.
a bunny or
We have this ground orchid here. It hasn't done much for us.
Well, we ripped it all out. And put
Look,
it in
it's
a
just
pot
laying here. It's
because
like barely
kinda
even.
taking over a little bit, but
So you guys can see, we need to weed in here a little bit, but really this is kind of like the side of the house. We just pop stuff in here until we have a better use for
we
it.
like this little weed. We thought this was a nice one.
Little ground cover.
Yeah.
We just got some little odds and ends in here. This is some kind of tea plant right here. These are, what are these called?
Caladium.
Yeah, caladiums. I think it's, I want to say it's Frostproof, Florida is the caladium capital of the world. Somewhere near us, somewhere within about an hour from us, claims to be the caladium capital of the world. And they have a big caladium picture on their city, you know, sign and stuff. So.
Cool. Man, just look at the color of these.
Yeah.
They're so pretty. I love that color.
We got our pink
Pink
diamond.
diamond.
Yeah, our pink diamond.
There's
tea
a
plant.
pup on it.
I don't know if it's a pup or if it's just shooting out from the base of this, but yeah, we got this one from Cuttings. It's one of our favorite tea plants here.
Yeah.
It's kind of not in the greatest location by the air conditioner here, but we put it here to get established. I'll probably move it this season because it's so gorgeous.
You put the other one in a pot.
Yeah, I have one in a pot, yeah. Yeah.
That one in the pot could go by the pool.
Yeah. We got some parrot heliconia right here. I'm not sure what
Spacing out on the name.
Not sure what color this is because we got this off the side of the road and it didn't have blooms on it yet, so I don't know, but it's doing good right there. Well, I'm sure we'll find out in about a month what color it is.
This little vermilion here is getting some stripes on it. Wonder if that means it's gonna flower. It's kind of cool.
Okay, we'll get this evergreen.
All right, yeah, so Teddy's entered our leafy green food forest area over here. So we have a ever-bearing mulberry right here. Probably has mulberries on it, it always does.
Always.
And this mulberry, I didn't want here. I decided I didn't want it here. It was gonna get too big, so I cut it back to the ground. It grew up, I cut it back to the ground. It grew up again, and I don't know, let it go. And it started giving us a lot of fruit, so I think I'm gonna keep that
I
one.
think we're just gonna keep it, you know, small.
Yeah. We planted a giant timber bamboo right here. I don't think this is a good area for it. This is this is a clumping bamboo. It's not a spreading bamboo, but its clump will get bigger than this whole circle right here.
So it can still pop up where we don't want it.
And it'll get to be 50 or 70 feet tall, so it needs a better space to grow, I think. So I'm gonna leave that in the ground until I find a better space because it's doing better in the ground than it was in its pot. So. But back to the...
We got some sisu spinach here.
Oh, I'm stepping on it.
Yeah.
There's sisu spinach. This is like as big as this one gets. It's kind of a dwarf little plant.
And then we have Lago spinach.
Yeah, Lago spinach right there.
We have a lettuce tree. You can eat this. I don't want to take it though because it's getting
so
established.
Yeah.
We have longevity spinach
Now
here.
this,
It's
the
kids'
longevity
favorite.
spinach is, and it's so good. This is a good one. A lot of these spinaches, you really got to cook to eat. You can eat them raw, but they have a kind of a bitter taste to them. But this one you can just eat.
They're delicious.
Yeah.
Really, the sisu you can eat. The Lagos you should cook.
Yeah, you got to cook
But
that.
the Okinawa one and this one tastes real good, and that one and the sisu are all pretty good, right? Fresh.
All right, so back here, I guess let's rattle off these two bananas real quick. We have a Kokopo right here and a blue Java right here.
Yep.
Yeah. And then back here is one of our big Katuk, I guess you call it a bush now. You can see it keeps leaning against the garage, and we keep hacking it in half, and then it keeps growing back up. And I think it likes to be pruned. We need to prune it more. But you can see it's got berries on it. And where we live in Central Florida, this will give you flowers and berries.
Twice a year.
Yeah, it'll give them to you in late fall and late spring. And you can eat the leaves, the flowers, which are right here. You can eat the leaves, the flowers, and the berries on this one. Now you're gonna want to eat the berries on these when they're young. As they get older, this is where the seeds come from. So as they get older, you're gonna have hard seeds in there, and they're not as yummy. But
Look at this.
They're so good though.
they are so
Leaf,
good.
flower, berry.
The berries and the leaves are my favorite part of this to eat. I mean the berries and the flowers. The leaves are okay, but I love these flowers. Have like a nice nutty taste to them.
Yeah, and then the berries.
Look how pretty these flowers look.
They're just gorgeous. All right, is there anything left in here?
Some Cuban
Can we move
oregano
on?
that Teddy just popped in.
Oh, I'll show them some better Cuban oregano.
And I'm trying to get the Katuk going more out here. And I'm trying to get this longevity spinach to become a ground cover in this whole area. Because you literally can take a cutting and stick it in the ground. It's just the bunnies like those fresh cuttings, so.
All right, right in front of Annalisa here are 2 moringa trees. And these got taller than the garage last year. And so which was dumb because all the leaves were up there. We couldn't get anything off of them. So you can see what we did, guys. We just hacked them off at about 5 feet above the ground here, maybe 4 feet. And they came back nicely and they look beautiful. So this one, I'm probably not gonna let them get any taller than this.
Nope.
We're at 10 feet right here. I think I'm gonna top this back down in a little bit. And
Yeah, I think this needs to be topped and this needs to be
oh,
topped.
this
We need to
mulberry.
cut these and
Yeah.
make this, because we could make this a nice bushy mulberry.
Yeah.
It could be a mulberry bush instead of a tree.
Can you go see what Chica's problem is? We have a little yappy Chihuahua that showed up at our door one morning. And after about a month and a half of trying to find the owner, we decided to adopt her. And she's been great, but she is a yappy little dog. I love dogs. I love all dogs. I used to work at a vet. But I've always owned big dogs. I never thought I'd have a Chihuahua, but we love her. She's a good little girl. So we got some more blanket flower and some... why am I blanking? What is it, Teddy?
Some
Come on, we should know that one.
tricolor.
Oh, come on. Milkweed.
Milk.
Why couldn't I think of the
Oh, I
name
thought
of
you were
that?
talking about the flower.
Yeah, I'm sure you were. All right. So we got a lot of milkweed. Teddy, you got mulberry juice all over your mouth, buddy. Yeah, there you go. This is a bridal bouquet plumeria right here. Doesn't have any blooms on it yet, but it'll just be flush with white flowers. Tons and tons of white flowers. It's not quite as fragrant as other plumeria that we have, but it just gets covered with flowers. It's a beautiful plumeria. All right, we're kind of entering our front garden here. So we have a lot of ornamentals in here, but we've peppered in a lot of edible stuff too. Oh, we got to show them this, Teddy, right here.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
look at it. Look at it. So hold on. So don't just wait. Yeah. So this is our miracle fruit tree right here. You guys can just look up miracle fruit. It's quite crazy. You can eat one of them and then just sit here and squirt. You could just squirt lemon juice into your mouth and it tastes like sugary lemonade. It's real crazy. In fact, I ate one of these. In fact, we'll show you right here because this is the first time we've gotten berries on this in almost 3 years. And we just noticed we have a ripe red berry right there.
I found the green. Oh, 2.
Is there another one? Oh, where?
Right there.
Is it red?
Yes.
Oh, we do have 2. So we've had this in the ground for 3 years, and I was thinking about moving it, but now it's giving us fruit. So
I think it looks pretty happy and always has.
There's our little dog right there. There she is.
Say hi, Chica.
There she is. So we've our neighbor Kathy. Sadly, she passed away about a year ago. But our beloved neighbor Kathy introduced us to this plant and gave us some fruit to try, and it's just
And the
delicious.
kids had so much fun playing around with lemons.
All right, on this corner here, we got our
Lemongrass?
lemongrass, and behind here we have some prickly pear cactus. And it kind of looks like we planted this in the shade, but this gets full sun almost all day long once the sun comes over the garage. So
And it really bakes right there, which is good for it because cactuses like that.
So we have our prickly pear cactus. Annalisa planted a black Suriname cherry right here. If you guys have ever had Suriname cherries, there's a black variety and a red variety. The red variety is the kind that you probably come across more often, and some people do not like them at all, don't like the way they taste. I think they're okay, but some people don't like them. The black version, apparently almost everybody likes, so we've got both varieties, but we're hoping that the black will
And the red one's good. You just have to be real choosy about getting the reddest ones, and if you eat those, then they're delicious.
Annalisa made a Suriname cherry pie for her parents, and they were real gracious to pretend like they liked it, but it was gross.
It was disgusting.
I think part of it was we brought the Suriname cherries up to Georgia from Florida, and they kind of
went down.
Okay, look at that pepper.
What kind of pepper is this?
Bell pepper.
That's a bell pepper.
We got a bell pepper here. We have dottle peppers here. These are famous in St. Augustine. These will turn like an orangish color, and they get super hot.
We bit into them.
We have a Grand Nain banana right here.
Here's another lettuce tree.
Another lettuce tree.
Lettuce plant.
Some pineapples.
Yeah, we got a line of pineapples back here, and we have several that have fruit on them. I'll show you guys. We have this one right here. And we got this one. I think we have like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 more in the garden somewhere that have fruit on them. Oh, you know, I skipped over. We have our pink guava right here, and we have little guavas all over it. Here's one right here. Here's 2 right here. These are getting bigger right here. And there's more up here. And I mean, if you've never tried a guava before, it's the most aromatic fruit out there. They're just delicious.
They don't have an overpowering taste, though.
They're just delicious.
They smell.
Yeah, they smell stronger
really,
than they are.
Really good. And they taste good too, but they don't have as pungent of a taste as the smell is.
All right, so we got another guava tree right here, and I think this one has little fruits on it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We have another ice cream slash blue Java banana, and we planted. Is there pineapple at the base of this one? We're starting to plant pineapples at the base of them because we had this pineapple over here that just did so good at the base of these.
Yeah.
Do you think these are Mona Lisa bananas right here?
These are Mona Lisas, yeah.
And this pineapple is just the best one we have, so.
Yep.
We skipped over some of the stuff over here though. We have some praying, no, these are Mysore bananas right here. And then we got all sorts of milkweed in here.
And I recently put some native pink milkweed in because they're supposed to be better for the butterflies, but I just got my hands on some, so we're gonna try to get that established as well.
Got some coleuses back here. They're all flowering.
They look happy.
You look happy. We got a couple varieties. I think we bought these. I don't think we got these for free.
And I'm trying to get some black pepper plant growing up this light, but we'll see. It's not doing great.
This little vine here, I'll show them back in here.
It's so pitiful looking.
Yeah, this little vine looks like one of them got eaten or died or something.
It's still green, so hopefully it'll come back.
You guys can see, we weed a lot in this garden. We don't use chemicals or anything. We weed so much that now the only weeds that we get are
flowers.
Yeah, I mean, you can see we got milkweed weeds all in here. We got a little buttercup here. Looks like somehow some Cuban oregano got over here. I don't think that popped up. That probably just got thrown over here.
Yeah, just cutting.
Yeah, if I was doing tests or if I just laid them on
Here's
top.
some galangal ginger that we got from Bev also.
Yeah, it's not doing much yet, but it looks happy.
Yeah.
It's putting off new growth and stuff. So.
And then the beauty berry is an awesome one. It's a native.
Yeah, we got back here, we got this beauty berry. We just pruned it, and you can see it's got pretty flowers all over it. And we got back here, we got some just potted stuff around here. I do want to point out this plant. This plant's been with us. This is your typical money tree. It's probably a type of, what's the one over there?
It's a chefalera.
Yeah, it's a type of chefalera, I think. Some people call them umbrella trees. And so someone gave this to us as a gift, and it was one of the ones you get where it's like braided at the bottom. It goes up, and we've had this tree for probably 12 years now. It's older than Teddy is, and you can see 3 of the braids died, and we're left with this one. Actually used to be a houseplant for us up in North Georgia. We kept it inside all the time. It was at our business to begin with, and then we kept it inside our house, and then we brought it down here to Florida, and it lives outside now, and it seems to be doing great. So it's finally in its native habitat.
Yes.
So
we've got this cool pitcher plant here.
Yeah, we've had this for 2 years now.
Yeah.
In fact, Annalisa's split off several little pitcher plants and given them away as gifts and stuff.
Gave some to Bev in that last trade we did.
So here's another Dracaena right here that we planted from cuttings. You can see it's almost 6 feet tall, and we just stuck it in the ground just like that and didn't skip a beat. Same with this bicolor Dracaena right here. Just stuck it in the ground.
And they were tall ones too.
Didn't skip a beat.
Yeah.
So we got a flower on this Mona Lisa banana. It's not a huge flower, and this actually isn't a huge, this is kind of I guess I would say a dwarf variety, but this is a small plant right here. I don't have high hopes for this rack of bananas right here.
Hopefully they'll just ripen quick, and
we'll see.
Get some.
Teddy's picking all my food over there. Hold on, we'll get to that in a minute. So here's a beautiful example of Cuban oregano. This stuff, I mean, you literally, you don't have to do anything to this. You can break this piece off like here and just throw it over there, and it'll root. And in fact, if you guys check out our other garden videos, I did that about a month ago right over here, and I'll bet you it's still alive laying on the ground somewhere. Yep, right here. it's just tough. The only thing I've seen that affects this plant is temperatures under 37 degrees.
Yes. It was the most...
Yeah, I mean, it didn't even get down to freezing here, and but it got to maybe 40, 38, 37. This was the only plant in our whole garden that was affected by anything, and it bounced right back, but...
We got a little bit more sisu spinach. This is Florida spinach, chili peppers.
Oh yeah, there's some peppers right there.
And another basil.
Basil, yeah. This is, oh wait, these are praying hands bananas.
Yep.
Crazy banana. You guys can check out our other videos. Crazy rack of bananas. These look very different from all other bananas you'll see.
Real delicious ones too.
Yeah.
Great.
These are the Dwarf Cavendish. So these are the bananas you'll get at your big box nursery. They'll get to be a little bit taller than that. Great variety of bananas. Some banana snobs out there say that they're not, but I think that they're just saying that because you can get them at Home Depot or Lowe's, and yeah, but they have delicious bananas, especially same with most bananas as they mature. The first rack of bananas you get might be, you know, off the first plant you plant is going to be kind of diminished compared to later generations of the plant. As they get older and pop up new plants and put off new fruit, they just get yummier and yummier. All right, Teddy, what you got down here?
Everglades tomato.
Yeah, look at this guy.
This is our first one we've gotten successfully to grow in the ground.
We used to be vegetable gardeners up in Georgia, and when we moved to Central Florida, we switched to tropical fruit because we've just failed with vegetables. But we've had luck with this one, and they're good.
And we have luck with peppers.
We've had some luck with peppers.
Basil.
Admittedly, we kind of just switched right to fruits and stuff, and we need to experiment more than we have with vegetables and stuff. I'm not gonna, you know, and we have a lot of people too.
Excited about the new things we can grow.
Yeah, we have a lot of people too that are like, oh, well, I can grow vegetables in Florida, but we do live on an island here, so we have some salt air and more wind and stuff,
and we really
other
don't
issues
get much rain
to deal
here.
with. So
The
we don't get rain either. Yeah, we never get rain.
This is a black garlic chive. This is a real good one, and I just took a little piece of it, put it over here, and it's doing good over there too. So.
All right, while we're here, I gotta point out the African blue basil right here, and I can't tell you guys why there isn't a million bees on here right now.
Yeah, because there always is.
There's usually a million bajillion bees on here. I wonder if they didn't spray for mosquitoes last night.
I don't think.
Or the night before. I don't know.
Have mosquitoes. But
I mean,
there's no rhyme or reason when they spray or why they do. So
we didn't know this until we moved to where we live here in Central Florida, but we actually have helicopters that fly over our house some nights, dumping mosquito chemicals everywhere, and we have big trucks that drive around in the road spraying mosquito chemicals everywhere. And you know, as organic gardeners, we're not super stoked about that, but I know that mosquitoes carry all sorts of diseases and stuff. And, you know, I didn't live here before they started spraying for mosquitoes. Maybe it was unlivable. I don't know. But it was certainly a shocker to us when we were riding our bikes at 9 o'clock at night one night and a helicopter flew over and bombed us with a bunch of chemicals.
We couldn't see.
I mean, I literally fell off my bike. I got them in my eyes and stuff. And come to find out, there's a spray schedule and everything else that we should have been paying attention to.
Nobody else was out riding their bikes that night.
Yeah, it was. So. Anyways. Here's our elderberry.
There's some good-looking berries up there.
Yep.
I need to be collecting them and freezing them, I guess, because I'm never going to get the berries if I don't.
If you guys drive around anywhere in Central Florida, you'll see this growing all along the roadside. It's a edge plant. You know, you'll see it like on this, you know, right where a field meets a forest area or something, and it just grows everywhere. So
I don't think these got pollinated. Yeah. I think that's why they...
Or that it's just an older flower.
Yeah.
All right, Teddy is staring at one of our prizes in the garden right now. We got this huge Dwarf Orinoco flower going off. This is a great variety of bananas. I mean, this is kind of a dwarf variety, super thick and strong stalk, you guys can see, so they don't fall over or need to be propped or anything. You get fruit on this within the first year planting it, or at least we did.
The fruits don't ripen real fast?
Yeah. From what I understand, this is a classic old Florida variety of bananas. So, you know, we want to have one of every variety, so we had to have this one. It's doing great, and it's right, we planted it right at the base of this cabbage palm right here. Not everything does great at the base of the cabbage palm, so this doesn't even seem to matter. So
yeah, look at that. I just whacked that beauty berry back heavily. Look at it now. Great.
All right, let's go up to the front.
All right.
I guess we'll point out this spider sport real quick. You guys will see this popped in all around our property. this stuff is great. I mean, look, you can pop it in anywhere. You can yank it out of the ground like this, and then you can literally just stick it right back in the ground wherever you want, and it won't skip a beat. It'll just look like this. I mean, it's a great plant.
Also, if you want a great, just potted plant that takes zero maintenance.
Yeah, zero maintenance.
Pop that in a
plant. You can put
it
it in the shade, in the sun. You don't have to water it barely.
Yeah,
so, I mean, great.
Yeah.
All right, let's go walk up here.
Right.
We got some stuff going up here. We don't, the front yard needs a little more help than the backyard does, but you guys can see our water shoes here. We went fossil hunting the other day in some creeks and rivers in Central Florida.
It's fun.
Right, here's our little potting area. This is my kind of to-do list in here. We got some fun little stuff in here, some bromeliads.
Lots of different dragon fruits.
Yeah, we probably have 10 different varieties of dragon fruit. I don't even know. And some of these need to be spread around. This isn't where they're all going to go. They're just in pots right here. We got some other interesting stuff. It's a desert rose right here. Got a couple varieties. I think this is a truly tiny banana and a super red banana. Plantain, yeah.
Oh, plantain.
Mm-hmm.
This is I think this is just a Mysore that I stuck in the pot last year, and it's doing good in the pot, but it needs to be planted.
Mm-hmm.
We got several little cactuses in here. I don't really.
This is a Japoticaba. I don't know what. I guess they need more sun.
That's a Japoticaba?
Those little ones are Japoticabas.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
We got some.
That's a papaya.
Oh, the papaya fell over. You grab that one.
They're doing good though.
Yeah, they are.
And then we have what else?
Now you started the papaya
jackfruit.
from seed.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Same with the.
Yeah, this jackfruit we got to get in the ground. It looks terrible.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. And I just pulled one of its 3 leaves off. Ugh.
Good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Japoticabas we need to put in the ground too.
They look delicious.
We got
when
some
they're
other.
frozen.
Yeah, here's another. This is a cool variety of dragon fruit. It looks very different from some of the other ones we have.
Yeah, it's so swirly.
We've got a bunch of coconuts in pots. We got a rubber tree in pots. I don't even want to show you guys all my junk over here. I'm a boat Billy. I got little boats laying around everywhere. So this area needs some work. We've been talking about how we can hide the trailers and the boats and stuff to make our yard look prettier, because it's not helping our
But we're
overall.
trying to move out this area. That's our next task, is to kind of finish out these beds over there.
So here's a prickly pear cactus. This just shows you how tough some of this stuff is, guys. We got this as a cutting 2 years ago, and I threw it between these 2 trees in our potting area here because I was going to pot it up or move it, and I forgot about it. You can see not only is it still alive, it's starting to put off new growth, just in full shade here. That's just a tough little plant.
Actually not a bad place for it between those 2 trees.
Yeah.
The kids aren't going to be walking through there.
Tough little plant. All right, we gotta leave this way because unfortunately I have this way blocked with all my junk. So we go back out here and we got
Our air plants.
Yeah, so we have Annalise's little air plant nursery here.
This orchid here, I keep having it.
Fun little plants in here. Yeah, she did pepper in 2 orchids.
They look fake.
They do. They're so beautiful.
You know, we got a monstera right here.
There's another little
This is
orchid
our,
there.
let's see, right here is our sugar apple. I moved it. We had this, we've been growing this in a pot. We actually got fruit off of it in a pot. We had it over here in the driveway, but I think it was suffering. It needs a little more shade.
A little more. I think until it gets bigger.
Yeah.
You know, I think fruit trees when they're young need a little bit of protection.
I found flower bud.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, nice.
Also, another reason I moved it here was it's going to get hit by one of the sprinklers, so
Yeah.
it'll be watered.
Good thinking.
Then we have this little bed here. This whole bed right here just used to be like a sea of monkey grass. So we cleared it out and we popped in. We have some parrot heliconia here. We have like a variegated Dracaena right here. We got a nice yucca in here. I did notice this yucca probably wants a little more sun. I noticed it has a little bit of like white fly or something on it. I don't know, maybe it went away. Anyways, we planted that one.
These are nice. This just started blooming again.
Ixoras, yeah. I think these are both dwarf varieties.
Yeah,
'Cause
so we put them up front.
Some Ixoras can get to be pretty big. So we got a little paddle plant in here. We got that as cutting.
We just got, man, it's like taking off
Yeah.
already. That didn't take long.
All right, let's go this way. Let's see. You guys can see we have a privacy hedge of Rica palms that we planted here, and this is another area where we just pop in ornamentals. just as like a nursery area till we have a better idea of where we want to put them. I see Annalisa's looking down. What we got here?
Our fig tree.
Yeah.
That is kind of sad.
Sorry, fig tree number 2. Coming from North Georgia, where I'm used to seeing giant fig bushes filled with lots of figs. And I've actually seen them here in Central Florida.
They're here.
Yeah, we just haven't gotten them established yet.
Yeah,
So
we just gotta be patient.
we have an Arkin Carambola right here. It's one of probably, I think, 2 carambolas that we have. This is star fruit.
Yeah, this one is growing pretty fast.
Delicious fruit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plant more of those. These don't get to be very big. Super prolific fruiters. I think some even fruit twice a year.
And we get fruit in the winter.
Yeah, and they're just so delicious. So
Yeah.
so
totally.
delicious. I'm just gonna run. I'm not even gonna name all this stuff. You guys can just see all these ornaments. I guess I'll show them this one. Yeah, this is a red spineless pineapple right here. And so this is not going to be an edible fruit. This is just a variety of bromeliad that puts off this little ornamental pineapple. Actually, the pineapples you eat are bromeliads, come from bromeliads too. I think it's the only bromeliad that puts off an edible fruit. And
might be right.
I think so. And you guys don't hold me to it. You can look it up. But I think there's like 4,000 varieties of bromeliads out there. And
Yeah.
the pineapple's the only one that puts off an edible fruit. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
And then we just have a whole assortment of bromeliads, dracaenas, corn palms, just a whole bunch of tea
This
plants.
is a wild coffee here.
Right here?
Yeah.
No, that's a coffee.
It's
That's a
coffee.
Yeah,
We got that
no,
from
we have
Bev.
wild coffee.
But it's doing really
We'll
good.
show them wild coffee over here. But
A lot
really,
of these
this
are
is
kind
just
of sad looking because they're kind of
yeah. All these ornamentals we planted from cuttings, so I mean they're all kind of getting established still.
Yeah.
So. We found this mango tree on the side of the road. It's doing all right. We had it planted in a different area, and then I just moved it here about a week or 2 ago. So it's been moved twice since we've gotten it. So we'll see.
We might end up grafting onto it if we don't get fruit, but that might be kind of a fun
We
experiment.
don't even know what kind of mango it is.
Yeah.
We have a Longdon right here. It looks pretty pathetic, but it just put off a new flush of leaves, so not much to look at other than that. More ornamental. We got a sweetheart lychee here. Again, doesn't look great, but I think it's about to put off some more leaves. But I think it's about to dump those leaves and put off a new flush of leaves. So. Now we have a passion fruit here, a passion vine. You know, we've had real good, we'll show you an amazing passion vine at the end here that we have planted up some cabbage palms that has millions of fruits on it. So we've had luck planting these to grow up cabbage palms, but this one is just doing terrible.
And look, it's even trying to leave the area.
So I think we need to move this. I mean, we can't just leave it here and expect it to survive. It's
I mean, it's looking a little better, but yeah, compared to the other ones we planted, it's not
I'm gonna move it.
not great.
All right, let's see. We have I don't know. I mean, we got these guys right here. Oh, look, they're about to flower too. The philodendrons. We used to have this whole area right here used to be philodendrons, this whole area. And when the lot sold next to us, I wanted to put in a privacy hedge, so I cleared out this whole area all the way to the fence line. I did leave a couple of them here, but we had so many of them. I know that they're magnificent plants, but I mean, we literally had hundreds of them. We don't need hundreds of them,
Yeah.
you know, so.
Yeah, we want more fruit trees.
We want
in this
variety,
area.
yeah. Here's a passion vine. We planted up a cabbage palm, and it's doing great. So, I mean, it's 10 feet up there right now. Which one is this? Sweet Sunrise or something? Yeah, Sweet Sunrise.
Yeah, this one looks thrilled.
Yeah.
Don't judge passion fruit by its looks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. If we have a ripe one, I don't think we do right now, but if you ever see if you've never had passion fruit before, the inside of it kind of looks a little snotty. But it's so delicious.
It really is.
So delicious.
Delicious.
Here's a good example right here, guys. So here is another Norfolk pine right here. You can see this one's maybe 8 feet tall, but I'm going to show you what they turn into. If you look in the background here, I point this out almost every time, but in the background, way up there, that's a mature Norfolk pine. Our neighbor 2 doors down has a row of them planted, and they just get huge.
Birds just love sitting up in them.
So we'll probably use these more as little ornamental trees, and when they get to be 20 feet tall, I'm going to cut them down because they're just, I mean, we had a friend that had one of these planted in their backyard, and it was so big they had to call in a crane to get it out of the backyard. I think it was
like $7,000.
Yeah, I think it was a $7,000 tree removal. So
that was a long time ago. Now it'd probably be $15,000.
$15,000. Yeah.
All right, here's this new bed we just did.
Yep, we just did this bed.
We got some of that cool ginger,
The variegated Hawaiian shampoo ginger.
Yep.
We have these Huamoa bananas. These are very slow growers. We've had these in the ground for, where's the other one? Right here. We've had these in the ground for 2 or 3 years now. Yeah. We've had other bananas grow up, give us fruit, die, grow up, give us fruit, die in the same amount of time that these have been sitting there.
Yeah,
but
at least they're still alive though.
We talked to the grower that we get these from a lot, and he has the same issue. He showed us some that were in a pot that were 3 years old that were just like that. So, man. Here's another Carambola. I think this is a Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another star fruit right here. The boat, guys, was sitting in the woods. It's a little kitschy right there, but it's just sitting in the woods rotting, so we stuck it there as a ornamental
The kids can
piece.
hide behind it. This is the Thousand Fingers banana.
Thousand Fingers
this
banana.
Is our most recent new banana.
Sounds delicious.
You look that up, it gives you lots of bananas.
Yeah, which we want. We have so many uses for bananas.
A little assortment of bromeliads here. Another ginger.
Shell ginger.
Shell ginger, yeah.
It looks like they tried to cut this down, then it grew back.
I think they did. I think they cut it back because it was looking bad, like over the winter, and then it shot back out of there. All right, we got this bed right here. We got our, let's see, which one's this? The Thai Black. You can see why it's called the Thai Black. I believe this is one of the few seeded banana varieties. So it will actually have seeds in it. You know, I mean, if you know anything about bananas, I'm sure you're aware the only way to get another banana plant is a pop off of one that you already have. But this has seeds in it. I've never tried to sprout the seeds or play with the seeds or anything else. So.
I was also told you might have to self-pollinate the flower to get the fruit. So once we get the flower, we'll have to do some more research there.
All right, here we have a Saba. This is a giant variety. This banana will get to be as big around as a manhole cover, and it'll be as tall as these cabbage palms almost. So we put it in an area where it can grow.
Yeah.
Get big.
Got a good spot.
Teddy's looking at one of my favorites over here. This is a strawberry tree. You guys can see it's loaded with flowers right now.
And fruits.
And it's got little fruits all over it. They're all, I was hoping there'd be some red ones out here. I ate them all yesterday. I shouldn't have done that. They're so good. They taste like cotton candy. They're just
if they're ripe.
So yeah, so here's one right here. It's almost red. They'll turn real red, and then they'll drop all in one day. They'll go from green to red and drop in one day. So you got to come out and check it every day. It's kind of a fun little...
Yeah, the kids love it. It's a great one for kids.
You have to eat it when it's ripe, though, or they taste red.
Here's the only hibiscus I haven't killed on our property. I've killed every other one. We think it's maybe because they need to be fertilized more than we're willing to fertilize, so I don't know. But this one seems happy, so we'll leave it.
Yeah.
Here's our most mature Monstera. We got to be getting fruit on this year.
Yeah, we'll get fruit this year.
I mean, we got to get fruit on it. I know we're gonna.
And
then you can see what you got.
Avocados. So happy.
It's avocado right here. We're not sure of the variety. We got this from the same lady we got the sugar apple from. Yeah. All we know is that she was a real good gardener and had fruit all over her trees. So
she did, and she had this avocado that I got from her. She had a full-size one, and it was only like as tall as these power lines here, and it was real fat, and it must have had 200 fruits on it, and it almost looked like a Haas.
Yeah, I saw it. It was right in front of her house.
Yeah.
All right, and then we got we planted a line of crinum lilies here all the way down. I'll show you one in the back, a mature one. We have 2 varieties, but they'll get to be 5 or 6 feet tall and kind of fill in this area here below these areca palms. These areca palms our neighbor planted probably 20 years ago. So this is what full mature areca palms look like compared to my little hedge over there.
They're so cool though. They're
Don't forget the
tropical and pretty.
What you got?
Don't forget this bed over here.
Okay, let's see. What do we got?
Big pile of mulch.
Big pile of mulch. I was actually trying to skip this bed. because I have my pile of mulch in my old boat here.
You
But
can show.
Teddy really wanted to show you guys. No, I'm just joking,
Cool
buddy.
thing to show.
wanted
This
to
is
show
what the
this.
fruit will look like. This one had fruit on it when we planted it.
Yeah, so
obviously.
here's a Montera. We got this piece just right off the curb, and I don't know what I was thinking planting it like this
I don't
up
either.
against the tree, but I did, and now it's putting off new leaves, and it had fruit on it actually when we got it. These fruits are not going to mature.
Yeah, but this is what they look like.
You can see the pattern on them. It's just so cool.
And apparently once these little honeycomb things here, these scales, once they start like busting open and breaking apart, that's when you can harvest the fruit.
Like,
Cool.
like at the
We'll
bottom.
have to learn more about that.
Teddy's new swing. All right, so you can see here, guys, we just popped in a whole bunch of bromeliads. Every one of these ornamentals we got off the side of the road. Even this giant, beautiful, I guess some kind of false agave, got off the side of the road.
That was a prize.
Which one's this, bud?
That's a
The Auntie Lou, I think?
Auntie
Yeah, the Auntie Lou. And here's a little tea plant tip. I'm obsessed with tea plants, so I'm gonna give you guys a tea plant tip here. If you want, you can see this one branch is hanging off into our driveway, right? And it's kind of getting in the way a little bit. We like the way it looks, whatever. But if you want more tea plants, this is one way to get them to shoot off little sprouts for you, is to hang one of your branches down like this. I can show you 20 different examples on our property where the plant starts to sag like this, and then it'll shoot up new straight ones. And you can literally, now we have straight ones here, we can just cut this stalk right here, and this is one you can just stick right in the ground and
Yeah,
replant.
kind of put that like right here.
Yeah, so we can redefine the shape of this plant if we want without doing much damage to it. So
Yeah, for sure.
Great, 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 great. There's another beautiful bromeliad. So here, guys, here's one of the several hibiscuses that I've killed or that I'm in the process of killing. So I'm just going to remove that.
Not good hibiscus gardeners. I don't know.
There's another beautiful plumeria we planted from cuttings maybe 2 weeks ago.
That's a pretty one.
We got this is a praying hands banana. We already showed you guys that. This is a new
No,
variety
these
of
are
banana.
Mysores.
Mysore, okay. Which one's this? This is a new one.
Yeah.
It's not labeled. Ah,
Mandarin?
Candarin.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it is.
No, the candarin's over there.
All right, Teddy, what are you pointing at? Teddy's trying to get my attention back here.
A flower.
Yeah, so this is a variegated, oh, let me see, watch out. Variegated shell ginger. Beautiful flowers. It's a variegated shell ginger. This is one we have not had luck planting from cuttings, unlike a lot of other gingers. So. Got our natal plums right here. Natal plum, I think this is a very underrated fruit. It's one of my favorite fruits that you can grow here. They're so prolific. They fruit almost all year long. They get bright red fruits. They kind of have a latexy substance in them.
So if you're allergic to latex,
Yes, they.
it's definitely something to stay away from.
And another thing you can see here is they're real spiky. I'm kind of regretting planting them here because you can see, guys, none of us wear shoes ever.
Yeah.
And so when I prune these, there's going to be spiky cuttings everywhere. So I might move them. I don't know.
I'm torn on what that banana is. We'll have to watch some other videos and remember.
I'll put it in the description. I'll
Yeah.
have it there for you down below, guys. And then we haven't done anything right here except for store an old sailboat that needs some restoration. So it's really kind of, you come in our driveway right here, and it's pretty pathetic that we haven't done anything with this area, or really even this area that much. So we need to work on that some. We got cocoa plums right here.
I like natal plums better.
Yeah, I like natal plums way better. Natal plums, natal plums even have a pit in them?
Yeah, they
Yeah, okay, but
They do, but not a
not
huge
like-
one.
yeah, the cocoa plums have a big pit in them, and they're not as tasty in my
But the
opinion.
cocoa plums are native, and the natal plums are not.
Yeah.
So
This is our sorry soursop. I've been calling it that for years because it's looked just like that for years. Obviously, I'm doing something wrong.
maybe we need to move
I'm
it.
doing something wrong. I think it was Einstein that said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different
different
results. So maybe I need to try something
I
different.
think we need to move it.
I think so too.
Find
It's
a
under the
spot.
canopy of this oak tree, and this canopy's actually gotten bigger since we planted this. So it's all right, guys. Coming around here. Planted a bunch of ornamentals by this back door here. Just a hodgepodge Dracaenas. Hodgepodge of Dracaenas. Oh, look at this. Oh, killer. Look, it even has the mouth and the eyes still.
Whoa, it looks like it was like eating something when it.
Oh,
that's
man. So this is probably a black rat snake skin. And look, you guys can see it still has like the eye and the jaw on it. That is so cool.
It is so cool. Let me see if I can pull it out. I don't know.
No, no, just leave it. Just leave it. Oh, man.
It's like a piece of art in the garden.
That's so cool.
This is a slightly different plumeria. This is a white one. So
Yeah.
It's got a little lobed petal to it. The other ones have a pointed petal. And this one smells totally different.
Yeah.
It has like more of a perfumey instead of a lemony smell.
All right, this is our, oh man, this is the worst banana in our collection. Tall Namwa, and it's,
Maybe we should cut it. Like
Yeah.
what they did to the 1,000 bananas.
Let's just move on. I don't even want to look at that. It's sad. So this is our Rajapuri banana. This one's doing great.
Dwarf, I believe.
Yeah, it is a dwarf. We'll get fruit on this year. We have some pretty pathetic sugar cane here. I think it needs a little more water than what it's getting in this corner. It looks pretty bad.
And it just doesn't have room to grow.
No, I know. It keeps drooping over here, and I keep moving it.
I planted a couple of these in the front yard, and some animal came and ate it. So, gotta try it again.
This is a variety of bananas that was on the property when we got it. And it's a terrible variety. They look great as ornamentals, but you can see they get super tall. They start to lean before it even has fruit on it, and then I have to prop it up or the fruit will never mature. The plant will just fall right over. So we'll probably eventually eliminate all those off our property.
Except for like one.
You can see though, this is a massive banana plant. I mean, there's my hand right there, and I mean the stalk is, it's huge. Massive banana plant.
Honestly, like at this point, this one's gonna fall anyways. We should just chop it
I know.
and then use this to feed other bananas that we're getting established. See if you can poke you.
Here's our mandarin orange tree. I think she's referring to the little bird's nest that's in here.
Yeah.
What kind of bird was it?
It's a cardinal.
The cardinals are not there right now. Is there anything in that nest? I can't see, guys. Doesn't look like it. It could be because we kick around back here so much they gave up on that nest. I don't know. But
It's a safe place though for it.
we got more ornamentals here. We got another black Suriname cherry we just planted right here. But really what we're coming up on, we got more ornamentals here. But what we're coming up on is one of our prizes for this year. You know, if you garden food, if you plant food, if you're lucky, every year you'll get a bumper crop of something. And this year we have a bumper crop of purple passion flower. It's just everywhere. And I mean, it's still fruit, it's still flowering too. And we got fruit everywhere, like everywhere. Where are you at, buddy? Yeah, I know. Hold on. There's just fruit on it. There's probably like maybe 15,000 fruits on it. I'm just joking, but I mean like.
Probably 100.
Oh, there's more than 100. There's fruit everywhere.
500 probably.
I don't know about 500, but again, guys, sorry, this camera is not good at zoom, but I mean, there's just, if you can see up there, there's like, I mean, at least 200 passion fruit on this.
There's 3 right there.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, look at this flower.
there's a flower next to a fruit. We got 3 fruits right here.
It's just dripping with fruit.
So that's our bumper crop for the year. We got Okinawan spinach planted back here.
Oh, it's so thrilled with that cage.
Yeah, we put it in a little tomato cage.
Good thing.
And we have another Katuk planted here. We got this little bed over here. This is a giant crinum lily right here. That's the green variety. And then we have another giant crinum lily right here. These are the purple variety.
That's what we have along with the reason column.
Yeah. Got another guava in here. It didn't flower for us this year, but that's a newly planted guava. So.
Let me show the cassava.
Okay, cassava, guys. Here's cassava right here. This was our mother plant right here. It was planted here. We harvested the roots. We ate them. They are delicious. And then we just put this right back in the ground, and it came back to life. We also took a whole bunch of cuttings off of it, probably 6 or 7 cuttings, and stuck them in the ground. You can see I didn't show them to you. There's like 6 more of them over here. They were all successful. Every single one, every single cutting we stuck in the ground was successful. I mean, we do a lot of plantings from cuttings, but we have some failures.
Yeah.
I mean, this one was 100% success rate.
It was a little bit of work processing to eat, but they were good. They were like a crispy flavor potato.
Yeah.
It was great.
All right, we're gonna run through this real quick. I see my camera battery's almost dead here, guys. So we have a rhino horn banana. We have an apple banana right here. And this is
The dwarf Namwa.
yeah, so this is a dwarf version of the dead one we showed you, the dying one we showed you up there. It's a dwarf Namwa. We have our prize green tea plant right here. We have some more African blue basil. And then right here is probably one of my favorite tea plants. We have a lot of tea plants, but I think this is the chili pepper.
Yeah.
And I just love this one. It kind of looks like the red sister, but it's got more delicate, pointy leaves on it. Here's another example, guys, of what I'm saying. See, this branch is bent over right here, and it's shooting out a new growth right at its bend there. You know,
It's almost like when it bends, it like opens
it's
up.
a way to force growth.
Yeah, it opens up a tender spot for leaves to come out.
All right, and then the last plant on our tour is going to be this Brogdon avocado right here. We planted this 2 years ago, and it doubled in size last year.
Seems pretty happy.
We're hoping for another double in size, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoping for some fruit next year.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour here. Like I said, we're in coastal central Florida, zone 10A. This is mid-May, and everything we just showed you, we've grown organically.
Yeah.
You know, even my grass. Like I said, if you look at it close, there's other stuff in there, but I keep it all one level, and it looks like grass to me. So.
And we don't have any thorns.
No thorns.
In the grass, so we can walk barefoot.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, if you have any questions or comments about any of the plants we showed you here today, just post down below. If you enjoyed our video, maybe consider subscribing to our channel. And if they don't, what's going to happen, bud?
A coconut's gonna fall on your head.
Oh, a coconut's going to fall on your head, and falling coconuts are no joke. Many people die every year. No, I'm just joking. But falling coconuts are no joke. So maybe consider subscribing to our channel. Until next time, everybody out there, take care.
Bye.